This VCast is brought to you by the powerful line of Syngenta rodent control products. For effective control of any rodent problem, Syngenta offers Talon G and WeatherBlock XT rodenticides and the Multiplex Station, all engineered for optimal rodent acceptance and resilience in all types of weather. Log on to www.securechoice.us and discover why you won't find a better rodent control system than the one built by Syngenta.
I'm Frank Andorka, Editorial Director of Pest Management Professional Magazine, with The Editor's Word, a PMP TV production where I get to give you my thoughts on the most pressing issues facing the pest management industry today. Now, some of you who are watching this might wonder where the heck I am. Well, I'm actually behind the camera at the moment, standing next to our incomparable videographer, Megan Hurtado. And we're panning across my office because when I was at Pest World, two of my dear friends, Buzz Jones and Mickey Nolan, came up to me and said, well, we love PMP TV and we love The Editor's Word, but for the love of God, Frank, clean up your office before you do the next one. So, Mickey, Buzz, these opening shots are for you. Now, I'm going to step in front of the camera now and talk to you a little bit about an issue that this time of year is on everyone's mind, and that is the budgeting process. And it's a little scary for a lot of people, including those of us in the magazine business, because essentially what it does is it forces you to look at what you did in 2007 and then pull out your magical crystal balls and predict exactly what's going to happen in 2008 within 1 or 2% of what you're expected to put forth. And I just wanted to give you some thoughts on what I think we're looking at in 2008, and possibly even as late as 2009, and some of the reasons behind that. Now, I've heard starting last year, towards the end of last year, I started to hear whispers, and this year they've sort of become a louder roar, or low roar, I should say, about the changing face of this market, and that 2008, in the eyes of a lot of observers of this industry, is going to be a pivotal one for our industry, in which we need to sort of reshape how it is that we do business and what it is that we do, because there are some things happening in 2008 and 2009 that are going to have long-term effects on this industry. One of the things that has been a thorn in a lot of people's sides for the last couple of years is the lack of termite swarms. And that's affected PMPs, it's affected distributors, it's affected manufacturers. It's really taken a pretty heavy hit. And now that we've seen this now for 3 or 4 years in a row, I think it's a safe observation to make that we may never see termite swarms in the same form that we've seen them in the past. And so for a lot of PMPs who have put a lot of stock in the termite business and having the phones ring when the swarms occur, are going to have to evaluate that and see if they can't find other strategies to make those phones ring even when the termites aren't swarming. Because as somebody observed to me, it's not that the termites aren't there, but it's that they're not swarming anymore, so there's no longer the panic that you get on behalf of the homeowner to pick up the phone and call you. So it's just going to take some creative work on your part to create business strategies that keep that termite business not only coming in, but also at the price point that you're looking to charge for it, despite the fact that you don't get those panicked phone calls anymore from the swarms. The other thing that's hitting this industry pretty hard, and I'm seeing from everything I'm reading and everybody that I'm talking to, I don't see a whole lot of change here either. In fact, I read an article this morning by Robert Samuelson in Newsweek magazine that suggests that perhaps not only is it not going to get any better, but it might get worse, is the housing market. The housing starts are down, mortgage rates, or the mortgage market is going through the floor. People are abandoning houses, and certainly the new builds are nowhere near the levels that they've been in the past. And that's also having its effect on the termite market, because you're getting few of those pre-treats and fewer of those treatment calls for new construction. And again, although that is a potential problem, because it does take some of your termite business away from you, it's incumbent upon the PMPs to go ahead and find more creative ways to keep that termite business coming in. The termites are there, it's just a matter of being more creative and getting that business to come in, sans the swarms. Another thing that PMPs are going to be have to on the lookout for is gas prices are not going down at all, and so as you set your prices for 2008, one of the things you're going to have to account for is higher gas prices at the pump for your trucks, and it may be time to look at your fleets and see where they stand in terms of their fuel efficiency, and test out some of the newer products that that are coming out on the market that are going to use fuel more efficiently, so that you're not using as much gas, so that you can minimize those costs. And there may be a situation where you're going to have to just raise prices for your customers in order to cover those additional gas costs. Now, there's been a debate about whether you should charge a gas surcharge. I tend to come down on Lloyd's Miguel's side on this, which is to say that the gas surcharge is silly, because then when gas prices come down, the customers turn around and say, well, where's my refund? Lloyd suggests that you just raise prices regularly. One of his clients does half one year and half the next year, and the other company that he's a partner in raises prices every year for everybody. So those are two strategies to offset some of those increased gas costs that you're going to encounter for the foreseeable future, and something that you need to take a look at as well. And it's going to be you're going to really have to button up your business strategy, make sure you know exactly where you want to go next year, and you may have to accept lower profit margins. I mean, I know that traditionally, at least in the last 10, 15 years, profit margins less than double digits have sort of been the norm and sort of been the expectation, but I think that it's time to consolidate those gains and make sure that you've got solid recurring revenue and recurring business out there, and take the profits that you can get from that, because if all of the trends continue the way they're going, this market is going to it's going to run into a period where you're not going to be seeing those double-digit growth anymore. So it's something that you have to take into account as you're making your budget plans for next year as well. Now, where are you going to get the advice that's going to help you make those smart business decisions? Well, I of course recommend Pest Management Professional Magazine, with guys like Lloyd Smigel and Patrick Quigley and Harvey Goldglance. We're a good resource for you to help find those strategies that are going to help you win the battles in 2008 and then going into 2009 as well, with the shrinking markets and the tighter product offerings and all of that as people move forward into 2008, 2009. It's something that you need to be cognizant of as you're making your budgets here towards the end of 2007. And we look forward to helping you do that as you move forward. As always, you can comment on this episode of PMP TV by calling me at 216-706-3735. You can always email me at fandorka@questex.com. I'm actually headed out to Denver tomorrow to the Going Green Leadership Conference, and I'm going to try and do some reports from there as well. So if you want to check out our website at mypmp.net and check out my reports on the Going Green Leadership Conference, I'd encourage you to do that as well. I'm Frank Andorka, Editorial Director of Pest Management Professional Magazine, and reporting from Cleveland, Ohio, on my way to Denver. Until next time.